Calvin is someone that I've been watching from a distance from 4 years. And I've been able to see the fact that he's been in this industry for over 20 years. Some of you guys aren't even 20 years old on this call, probably. Uh, on top of that, he has built 2 billion with a B, helped grow $2 billion companies in this industry. If I broke the names down of those companies, you guys would be familiar with those companies. He's helped grow an organization of over 2 million people, and he is literally, there's no one better to really break down this information. So, with that being said, Calvin, I appreciate you for hopping on with us. I'm going to pass it over to you, and
Awesome.
yeah, you could take it away.
Thanks, Matt. So let's here we go. So what's up, everybody? I'm excited to be on this call with you guys. I know for a lot of you guys, it's probably my first time ever meeting you guys. I'm actually just here going live from my home in Southern California. I was racing back home because I was at my daughter's soccer banquet. She got her varsity letter tonight. I had to leave early. She doesn't know. My wife's tagging me on pictures, so she thinks I was there, but I didn't want to miss this call because I know how important launching this team is. I know how important growing Iconic is. And me being here is also sacrificing for my family because I know that if we can all build something great together, we can all build with one another. My family's life gets even better. So there's a reason why I jump on these calls. I travel around the world. I jump on planes and sacrifice my time because I know what building a $1 billion company looks like. I know how important it is for all of you guys that say yes, for all of your customers that say yes. So I'm just here to kind of prove myself as an example to you guys that hard work does pay off and sacrifice is important when building a business. Again, my name is Calvin Becerra. I'm 44 years old. Believe it or not, I hope I look younger than the age shows. But network marketing has really kept me young. It's kept me energized. It's kept me excited. It's helped me travel around the world. More than making all the money in the industry, I think having almost 5 fully stamped passports is really the experience that I could probably take from this entire industry. The fact that I've traveled the world, I have friends all around the globe. I could literally jump on a plane, go anywhere in the world, and have friends everywhere. That's what's cool for me about network marketing. And the places I've seen are places that I've only seen on postcards before joining network marketing. I grew up with a single mother. My parents were divorced, I think, before I was 1 year old. So I grew up with my mom. I have an identical twin brother. His name's Brandon. He's also very successful, but in real estate. He supports the industry and always talks me up, which is super cool. And I have a younger sister, Amber, who's 4 years younger. We all grew up in Northern California. I grew up in the projects of Oakland, Richmond, Rodeo. If any of you guys are from NorCal and you guys know any of those areas, I wouldn't trade how I grew up for anything because, at an early age, my brother and I had to be the men of the house. We went out and started working, knocking on doors when we were 8 years old. That's right, Oaktown, Oakland, exactly. I grew up riding the BART bus and the BART train everywhere. And I even did it for fun because I was bored, right? I wanted to get out of the projects and go explore. Me and my brother would go to San Francisco. We'd go, we'd go to Concord and Walnut Creek and go places that we'd wish we grew up in. We just have fun. But as kids, we started businesses. We were knocking on doors, mowing lawns, washing cars. During Christmas time, we were cutting down the mistletoe from all the dead oak trees and putting them in bunches, tying ribbon around them and selling them in front of the grocery store for a quarter just so we had money to pay for help my mom pay for Christmas presents for us. And we'd always think of these crazy little jobs when we were young as kids, and we grew this entrepreneur spirit because we had to. We always brought the money home to our mom to help keep the lights on, to keep the gas from getting shut off. And if any of you guys grew up in less than normal circumstances, every month the lights would get shut off and the water would get cold. You'd be taking cold showers, or your mom would be lighting candles in the house and opening up all the windows at night so you can do your homework, those types of things. But we made it work. Even though I grew up poor, my mom made us feel like we had everything. We had a PlayStation, we had an N64, we had all those things as kids. So I didn't go without. But I think the best thing that my mom had us involved in was sports because the coaches were like our father figures. I played sports every season on top of working, on top of going to school. So that really helped me set goals for myself, and that helped me have this winning mentality, this competitive spirit that you need in network marketing. And when we got older, we were teenagers. My brother and I, we took the test to go to a private high school called De La Salle High School in Concord, California. If any of you guys ever heard of that school, it's a private all boys Catholic high school. When I was young, they had the national championship football team with the longest winning streak in high school history for a sports team. I think the streak ended at 178 games in a row, football games without losing. It spanned over 15 years, which is crazy. But my junior year, we broke the national championship for that. I never lost a high school football game in freshman, JV, varsity. I wrestled, I ran track, played baseball. Every season I was involved in something. But to go to De La Salle, I worked 3 jobs a day. I took the BART bus to the BART train to school every day from Richmond, California. We got to school when it was still dark outside. We went to our first job where we were the janitors. We went to high school, did our homework in the library or in between the breaks. After school, we played a sport, whatever it was, right? And then I'd run to my second job where I worked at Exxon gas station in Pleasant Hill. It was like 2 miles from my high school. And I was the shop boy. I cleaned up after the mechanics. They taught me how to change oil and plug flat tires until about 7 o'clock at night. I'd lock up the garage doors and went right across the same parking lot in Pleasant Hill to Applebee's restaurant, where I was a host, and I'd seat people at their seats. I'd greet people who came into the restaurant. And you guys, at 11 p.m., I booked it out of that restaurant with my heavy ass backpack on, and I ran all the way to the Pleasant Hill BART station, which was almost 3 miles away. I ran with this backpack to catch the last train, to get the last buses back home, to do it again the next day. And most of the time, my boss would keep me late for some reason, cleaning tables or doing whatever, and I'd miss the bus, and I'd sleep in the gas station because I always hid a key next to the bathroom, and I'd sleep in the bathroom. Or sometimes I'd sleep in the cars that they're working on because it was warmer in there. And you guys, I got to do those things. I don't tell you that story because I want you to feel sorry for me. I got to have that experience as a kid so I can have this experience as a grown up, right? So I can live in my dream home, so I can drive the cars I want, have the watches I want, have my kids in the best private schools. They don't have to work 3 jobs a day to go to, have my wife live the life she wants. I got to do all that stuff when I was younger, so I don't have to do it when I was older. So I'm telling you guys, whatever you're going through right now, whatever sacrifices you're making, it's a blessing because most people don't have the opportunity to have any sacrifice, to have any type of work ethic, to have what you guys have right now. Now you line it up with an opportunity like Iconic and leadership like what we have here. You guys are destined for greatness, but you got to put your time in and you got to be willing to sacrifice. So I went to De La Salle High School for 4 years. I paid for every year of high school, and because I worked so hard to go to that school, I treated it like that. I treated it like my business. I got straight A's in high school. That didn't happen in elementary or junior high. Me and my brother were top athletes, and we got full ride scholarships to run track, believe it or not, at USC in Southern California. We were the first ones in our family to ever go to a university. We graduated with criminology and pre-law degrees. And do you want to know why we were so good at track? Okay, it wasn't because we were always good at track, but think about it. In the morning, we were running from the BART station to go to our first job, right? Like 2.5 miles away. After school, we ran a mile to get to our second job. After our third job, we ran 3 miles to get to the BART station with heavy ass backpacks. On top of that, we ran track, we ran cross country. So all those extra miles before and after school that we never realized paid off for us. All that most people wouldn't do paid off for us, and we got almost a $250,000 education paid for. Graduated with these incredible degrees at the top of our class. Graduated cum laude, and then I became an entrepreneur. Got involved in real estate at 21 years old. By the time I was 23, I was a multimillionaire in real estate. I remember my first year as a millionaire, I made $1.6 million, and I bought my mom a home. I took her from the projects to San Diego, California, so she's closer to me. I bought her a home. I take care of her. She doesn't have to work tomorrow. I can't wait to go drive to go visit her to have breakfast in the morning and with my daughters. So it's pretty cool. But just all that work ethic as a kid, knocking on doors, to working 3 jobs a day, to going to my university while working at the same time, to getting involved in real estate and just being around these incredible professionals and absorbing all the information. I learn everything in every business, but what I do differently than most people is I freaking take action like no other. Work ethic. No one can take that from you. Once you develop that muscle called work ethic, it will always be there. That muscle will always have memory. You can have everything taken from you, and as soon as you get the next opportunity, work ethic takes you right back to the top. And I learned that through an incredible experience in real estate. In 2007, when the market crashed, I lost everything. I'm not lying to you guys. I lost my homes to the bank. I lost my cars to the repo guy, and it wasn't because I was some scum. It was because, dude, the economy crashed, and banks weren't lending money anymore. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Like everything for me was about my credit, and once my credit was messed up, I was like, man, you could take everything from me, but the thing you can't take from me is my work ethic. And at that time, I was praying for an opportunity, and a random stranger that lived next door to me, my next door neighbor, introduced me to network marketing. I knew nothing about his business. I knew nothing about what he did. I did real estate. He was selling some type of product that I didn't understand. I went to a meeting. I saw the opportunity. I watched a video that was called The Story of You. It was a 15-minute video on this company called Monavi, right? I watched this video thinking, man, and you know, this product right here, how is this company doing so well? And what is this product? How do they do this business? And then I saw people in the video who were multimillionaires, and I remember thinking to myself, if he can do it, I know I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. Whatever these people are doing, I can probably do it 10 times better. I remember thinking that in my head because I already knew my work ethic. Just tell me what the business model is. How do you guys present it? How do you guys sell whatever it is? And let me go learn it. And I joined network marketing that night. I'm not lying to you guys. I wish I had a bottle in here that I could share with you guys. I don't. But it was a bottle of juice called Monavi, right? And the story about it was it had 19 fruits in a bottle. The crown jewel being the acai berry was high in antioxidants, and they had this patent pending process on freeze drying this acai berry so you can put the most antioxidants in your body. Now, to me, I was a 23-year-old kid. I didn't understand anything about it. I felt like the Kool-Aid man just moved in next door to me and he was selling juice to people, knocking on doors, which he wasn't doing at all. But I remember for me, I thought of a way to present the opportunity to attract people. And I remember telling people like, this isn't a bottle of juice. This is liquid real estate, right? And I remember just painting this picture in people's mind about what this business can build for you through this bottle here. And in my first year of network marketing, I enrolled 37 people onto my team in 8 months, and I became the youngest and fastest millionaire in that company, Monavi, right? And I remember in 8 months, I hit this rank of Black Diamond. Company bought me this brand new black S550 Mercedes. I was driving around the town. I live in Corona, California. And I remember there were 7 other black S550s badged up with Monavi on the back from 7 other teams, 8 of us in the same city, in the same town as millionaires in that company. And I thought, man, I would never want to do anything else again. Like network marketing is everything and anything. And everything I did here to get to the position I was here was completely different than what it took in traditional business to become a millionaire in real estate. Okay. Everybody goes to take the real estate test. Everybody gets their real estate license, but not everybody knows how to sell. I mean, everybody and their mother has a license, but how many of them are actually selling it? Right. For me to become successful in that industry, it was not easy. Right. It was rubbing shoulders with the right people, surrounding myself with the right people, working like hell, getting to the office at 5 in the morning, leaving at midnight when other people left at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon or evening. And in network marketing, for me, it was about talking to people, building relationships, showing the plan, setting up appointments, making sure people were trained right, plugging them into the system, and identifying 3 or 4 people that want to put in an effort like you. 3 to 4. Once I identified those 3 to 4, they were the fires of my business. I poured fuel on those fires until they kept growing and growing. And I enrolled 37 people. 7 of those 37 treated it like a business. 30 of them did not. Half of them quit within 90 days. Some of them in 9 days. But 7 of those people treated this thing like a business. And in 8 months, our team grew to 4,400 people. And I was the youngest millionaire in that company. We became the fastest billion-dollar company in 3 years. The fastest billion-dollar company in network marketing history. It was crazy. And I met my wife in that company. She was a successful leader on another team. We met each other. We have 2 beautiful daughters of our own. She already had 2 kids when I met her. So I've raised her 2 as well. They're in college now. Our 2 daughters are, one's in 8th grade, one's in 9th grade right now at Orange Lutheran High School here in Southern California. My kids grew up around this industry, watching me speak on stages, right, with Tony Robbins, with Pitbull, with, Eric Worre at GoPro and all those crazy things. And then, what my wife watched me do since we were in our early 20s was watch me enroll some of the top network marketers worldwide. Like the very first, we're all brand new network marketing. We never did it. But guys like Yvonne Tapia, I remember Alex Morton joining my second company. The list can go on and on. Daniel Fire, Stefano Legato, like some of the top leaders in the industry were people that I personally put into this industry, and we were just normal people, which was crazy, And a lot of those people are the top 10 today. So when you guys are my age, some of you guys will be on that list. But we were leveraging people on that list at the beginning. We were dreaming of becoming people on that list. But now it's our turn now, right, to start mentoring and handing on the baton of leadership to the next group. My second company bought my first company. So really, I was with one company for almost 20 years, growing a team of over 2 million people in 154 different countries, creating all these 6 and 7 figure income earners all over the globe. It's crazy, to know that you can be in one industry that long and to watch, your income grow as you stay committed. You stay committed to your teams. You stay committed to your goals and your dreams. And I watched the product-based network marketing thrive. But then during COVID, I watched how important the service-based business was in network marketing. People were stuck in their homes. They were on lockdown, right? They were focused on learning new skill sets. That's when crypto became huge, Forex became huge. People learned the skill set of trading, jumping into online education. People learned drop shipping and building their business online. People learned how to monetize their brands on social media pages, right? And that's when network marketing took a whole new level, right? Of commitment, a whole new game. And you watch all these other big names grow in the industry. You watch iMarkets Live become what it did and change the entire face of the industry. Regardless of what happened to it now, if it wasn't for a company like that, none of us would be here. None of these companies would be here. There's like 10 companies right now, right, that are trying to be in the education trading space. Only a few will survive, but only a few have top level leadership in them, which is where you want to be. So you guys are in the right place right now. But after my second company, I went and started another company with a friend of mine, Danny and Fire, and we launched our first service-based company. We wanted to launch it with Travel, Health, and Wealth, a company which you guys know well. I understand that. But I was a part of the beginning of that company. That was really our brainchild, because all it had was travel, and we thought, what if we had health and wealth? And they went and built the health part. I went out and built the wealth part, and I built it with the guys from that company. I found some of the top level leadership that wanted to help me design and develop a comp plan, tell us how to do it the right way. I went and found Manny Q, right, who was first a consultant helping me, and he said, man, I want to come join you on that vision. And we went and grew something great. We went and grew a company to over $10 million a month. But then somewhere along that path, the values that we were aligned with and the vision that we had kind of stopped and kind of hit a wall. And for me, I always want to finish what I start. That's the reality. And I'm not talking about any company or any people, because again, every experience I have is meant for the next thing, right? It's just a chapter in the rest of my story. And I got a phone call one day from a friend of mine, Brian McMullen, who I've known for almost 20 years. He was the number one income earner in my first company. I remember meeting him for the first time when I became $1 million earner in that company, and I flew to the corporate headquarters to get the check and to get the pictures with the CEO and all those things. And I met him for the first time. And this guy had been in the industry for probably 10 to 15 years. He's a little older than I am. And he was the number one income earner in that company and 3 other companies at the same time. And I thought, man, how do you do that? Like, how are you the number one income earner here and over there? And I remember meeting him saying, hey, my name's Calvin Becerra. I'm going to be the next Brian McMullen. And I remember, I didn't know he would remember those words, but he reminded me of those words years later. And he said, when you said that, I watched your career the entire time. And he said, what you've done in your 20 years is more than I can ever have done. And to me, when I watched him not only be one of the top income earners in network marketing, but I watched him also start big companies. I watched him invest in other companies. I watched him take failing companies and help them recover and take them public. Right? I watched him start several network marketing companies at the same time. So I thought, man, like, you are the pinnacle of what we eventually want to become in this business. When I joined network marketing for the first time, there were 40 and 50-year-old guys who'd been in the industry for 20 or 30 years. And they had started their companies for the first time after all their experience. So I thought to myself, man, one day that's going to be me. And Brian McMullen, when he called me, he said, man, I watched what you built over there. And he said, how would you like to build something bigger? I'd love for you to partner with me. I'd invest in your vision. I'd let you build the corporate team of your dreams. I'd invest in the technology that you want to invest in, even though other companies are not willing to do those types of things, right? You could do whatever you want. I'd love to be able to help you finish what you started. And for me, I thought to myself, why would I leave the thing I just built? I'm at the top of the world. I'm connected to the biggest teams in this company, making an incredible income, right? I've already have investments that are paying off every single day, where I don't even have to do this anymore. Why would I leave to start all over again? And I remember the words that my wife told me when she had heard what Brian McMullen had asked me. And she said, it's not about the opportunity to go start something new. It's really about the opportunity to partner with Brian McMullen, right? You've known what he's done. You're 44 years old now. This is about the time when this is where your story begins. This is where you're one of those guys that teams up with one of the with some of the industry legends to start your company, just like Monavie, just like Jeunesse Global, and these other companies that have these billion-dollar success stories. Like you're a name that you're a name that deserves to be in one of those places because your company's to be the company that the newest people start talking about, just like you had the opportunity to talk about when you teamed up with Dallin and Henry and all those guys in your first company. And I thought to myself, man, I'm lucky to have a wife like her that believes in me more than I believe in myself, right? And I'm very fortunate in that regard. And I took the opportunity. I told the people at my last company what I was doing months before I left, so I did it respectfully. They were already prepared. Even though when you leave a company, it doesn't look good. I let my team know the opportunity I had and the opportunity they had to follow me or stay where they were, and most people chose to follow. And to me, Iconic was the best decision I ever made because I was able to build a corporate team starting with Manny Q, right? And you guys know Manny Q is one of the biggest names in this space, especially when it comes to education and trading. I can attract the biggest and brightest leaders who would want to join me in anything I do. But when it comes to trading and education, once I get Manny on the call, it's a done deal. It's signed, sealed, and delivered, right? And so he's an asset that we have here at our company that all of us have. And he's a reason why we're going to take this company to the very, very top. And I don't have a short-term plan with Iconic. I have a long-term vision. Every decision I make is with my family in mind. I never ever want my kids to see me as a failure. I want them to always see me as a success, someone who always takes challenges and someone who always pushes through adversity until I've crossed the finish line. So my kids are also watching what we do here at Iconic. You know, my daughter wants to be a network marketer one day. My daughter, London, right? She's my youngest daughter, and I tell her, you don't want to be a network marketer. Trust me, right? It's not as easy as we make it look. And I'm saying this with you guys on here, but she's like, Dad, I'm going to be a network marketer. That's all I wanted to say after I told her no. And I know that she can be successful, right? Because most people are going to tell you you can't do it. Most people are going to try to stop you. Most people don't want you to be successful because they're not successful, but you can't listen to those people. Just keep pushing through because as long as you have an opportunity and you have a company that has a vision, you have people that fight every day for the customers, for the products and services to always be working and operating at its highest potential, you can always find success there. And that's what you have here at Iconic, you guys. So I'm excited about where we're going to go over the next 4 or 5 months when we close out our first year in Iconic. We're only at month 7 right now, but in 7 short months, we've done what most people can't even do in 7 years, to tell you the truth. Our learning management system, our back office, our entire platform, the types of educators and traders that we have here. I mean, that's almost $100,000 monthly budget that we have to pay. We have almost a $300,000 corporate salary budget. So we're building $1 billion corporate team. Most companies can't even say they have that. They wait until you grow before they start investing in the companies. We did that first. We've already put a blueprint here. We have a platform here for you to succeed. All you have to do is bring in the people, let us do the work. Just know that everything you see every day, we see it as well. And we are working our asses off behind the scenes to make sure everything is firing on all cylinders. We are putting in tons of money into technology and infrastructure. We have everything else every other company has. We have a learning management system. We have the education platform. We have traders and educators. We have signals. We have all those things. But where we want to be different is with technology. We want to invest in technology that no other company has. We want to automate this industry so it makes it fun and easy and simple for you guys. And guess what? In that single piece of technology, we want to build more technology. We want to build more product and service offering for you guys, right? Above and beyond IQ Sync and IQ Auto, we have better stuff coming in the future. Trust us. But that stuff is enough to attract the masses because other companies aren't willing to invest in that like we are. Other companies had the opportunity, but they said no. I know it for a fact, right? And that's why I chased them. And then what I did was a step above and beyond that was I said, how much will it cost for us to have exclusivity with your product? So no other network marketing company can use it. So no other brokerage can use auto. How much will it cost? And we were willing to pay the price and to pay that to be able to give it to you guys because we want to be different. We want to be iconic. So again, I know I've spoke a lot right now to open it up, but it's my first time meeting you guys. I know this is more of like a launch call for your team, but I wanted you to know more about who Calvin Becerra is. I wanted you to know more of me, of who I am as a husband, as a father, as an entrepreneur, as someone who started out, like I said, at 8 years old in the project. So, I'm not just some guy that is in network marketing. Of course, that guy's successful, lives in a beautiful house. You're right. He dresses well. He speaks well, all those things. I had to develop all those skill sets. I had to get to where I am. I didn't start there, right? I came into network marketing prepared because I started my preparation at 8 years old. So when I came into network marketing, I'd already been through everything. I've been rejected. I've had the door slammed on my face. I've built businesses. I've lost money. I've hit rock bottom. So when I came into network marketing, I had all that life experience. I wasn't afraid of failure. I wasn't afraid of obstacles or adversities. I wasn't afraid of people telling me no. All I knew was that I talked to the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person. And when I started building teams, I started setting up appointments and I started to make sure that the hours I wasn't at work, the hours I wasn't busy doing other stuff, I filled up that time slots with appointment after appointment after appointment after appointment with either my prospects or my new team members' prospects. So that was we keep showing the plan and showing the plan and showing the plan, you guys. So I want success for you guys. I'll continue to show up for you guys as often as you guys need. I'll jump on airplanes to the cities where you guys live, the cities where you guys are building. I can't wait for you guys to invite me there. But I'm here for you guys. I'm in service for you guys, and I wish you guys the best of luck here at Iconic. I know you guys can be successful. I mean, come on, the name's already better than where most of you guys came from. Okay, so let's have fun with it. And again, I want to hand it back off to Matt Cruz, Matt and Leanne. Thank you guys for joining the team. To all the leadership, I've heard you guys' names as well. I'm excited to meet you guys and grateful that you guys are here. And then I'll let Matt hand it off to Manny Q himself. So appreciate you guys.